Yeah, you do like the Crown Apple. You left me a bottle with maybe this much left in it the last time you were over at the house.
And you gave it away.
I did, but I gave it away to a couple of my friends whose kid had recently been caught drinking a little Crown Royal.
Whoa.
And I thought that they could use it as a prop to sort of prank him and be, hey, we found this at your in your bedroom. And he was like, but it's not mine. They're like, sure, we found it in your bedroom.
We are here for you. You are here for us. We are here together, and that makes it our time on the Fest podcast, Jared.
Our time? Sweet.
Our time.
Our time.
And that includes our boys from Lightjumper, who are always here in the studio with us.
Looking good. They got to star in the Facebook Live we went earlier before we got started. So
I love it. I love it all.
New celebrities in the making.
That's right. Absolutely.
Probably.
Excellent work.
These guys do great work.
I'll stamp that.
Stamp that?
Yep. You like that music? I didn't even have to do that. Maybe I should run the board, Jared.
Let's try that one more time.
Let's sound check this sucker. You like
You're
that?
like the Fonz.
Oh, it's excellent.
You're legitimately the Fonz. You made something. It just, I want to know that I was co-signing on you, liking them, and had no hand near the board. So
you like that one?
That was awesome. All right, so sound checking. What do we got? A big one today.
We got it's a great show.
It is.
It's a great
amazing.
show.
We did a good job, Luke.
We, all of us.
Well,
team effort.
I mean,
team effort.
I helped, but you secured the headliner.
Yes. But first, we're going to hit Indie Country Fest updates.
You've been saying Indie Country Fest too much lately. It's just not even rolling off your tongue anymore.
Eat, drink, sleep it. You got to love it.
Pretty much.
Life hack, camping hack, tailgating hack. Best snack, easiest snack you'll ever make. We're going to eat it right here. We're going to make it right here.
We're going to eat right now?
No. Soon.
We got to eat it soon because my window allegedly closed a half hour
No
ago.
windows in tailgating. There's no windows in podcasts.
No windows
your
in
window's
camping?
always open.
It's always open?
So we got that at Indie Country Fest updates. That's going to be a fun one. Festival news around the world.
It'll
be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. U.S. and some good stuff in there, too, about some progress. We like to talk progress.
We do like to talk progress.
And then,
our headliner is awesome.
Canaan Smith.
He's actually a headliner. He headlined NDCF1.
Yes, it's going to be exciting. We're going to talk NDCF 2017. Wow, it seemed like 10 years ago, but it wasn't. And then, we'll talk a little bit about his new release and his new song.
I didn't think you could secure it. I'm like, sure, Luke, go ahead. Let's see what you can do. Get some artists in here. And bam, we had to up our interview game.
The deal was I've been bluffing you the whole time. I knew it was.
You know it was in your back pocket? He was cool. He was a cool cat.
He's great.
Right?
He's great. It'll be fun to talk to him.
And our technology was actually pretty good.
It's really good.
Yep.
So we'll roll into Ralphie's top 3, and then
you figured out what you're going to ask Ralphie?
I always have that in my back pocket.
You got it?
Yep.
And you just thought of it 10 minutes ago, and you're like, oh, hey.
Well, it's better if it's off the cuff.
Off the cuff?
Yes.
You were.
Then stage left, we'll get a little personal and see what we all did this weekend.
Mine's not good.
It'll be good. So, hey, how can they find us, Jared? Let them know.
So, iTunes, we are there. And then all your other podcasting sources. For those, we want you to rate, review, leave a comment or a review, and we will read it on on the podcast next week. So, and as such, we should give a shout out to Erin Berry, who said you guys are awesome or you guys are funny in her one of her comments on YouTube. So when you go to YouTube, smash all the buttons, like all the buttons, notify all the buttons,
thumbs up,
thumbs up, all of those, and leave a comment. Tell us what you liked best about the Canaan Smith video or interview, and maybe what Canaan Smith song you like the best.
Oh, excellent!
Right? That's a good call to action. So we're going to move into...
Let's slide into, Jared, the NDCF updates.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Yes.
So we talked about this on Facebook Live last Thursday.
But that is brought to you, my friend, by Find Your Keys with Lee with Alliance Real Estate.
Ooh,
yes.
I got a head on it.
Let's talk about this camping hack, life hack that I accidentally... ran into?
I think you deserve the Nobel Peace Prize for this one. Honest to God, this changed the lockdown when we were here.
So here's the story.
Yeah.
So, right, I was starving. There's a office fridge here, right? I'm absolutely starving. Hadn't eaten all day. And I'm like, man, I am hungry. And I didn't have time to go get something to eat either because I had another meeting.
You were king of the Zoom.
Oh, yeah. So it was wild. But yet, prior to that, I always have like some type of sauce in the fridge because I don't like to eat stuff plain.
You don't like it plain.
Like I like a little something on it.
So I was making salads, maybe? Is that where the eggs came from?
I'm not quite sure where that came from.
Right.
You had eggs in there. I had what I thought was honey mustard. Then I'm like, hey, all right. No, I'm like, hey, I'm starving. You're like, hey, I got some hard-boiled eggs in there if you want to eat them. And I'm like, yeah, I'll eat them.
That sounds like a very jock thing to do or a football player thing to do is eat a bunch of eggs.
So I grabbed the hard-boiled egg. I grabbed the honey mustard, which what I thought was honey mustard that I bought. Took it, put it on the hard-boiled egg. I'm like, oh, I'm starving. Took a bite, and I was like, whoa.
Literally, you came in and you've like, you've got to try this.
And I go, hey, do you like deviled eggs?
I love deviled eggs, but you know what I hate about deviled eggs?
Making them.
And then I'm always worried if I buy them at the supermarket pre-made, how long have they been sitting there? And are these going to, make my tummy feel a little bit not happy?
Well, I don't like the pre-mades. I'm fresh. I like fresh.
Right. So you hand me an egg.
So I was like, I think I just discovered the easiest, simplest way to make a deviled egg. Absolutely. So we're going to do it right now. So I give it to you.
The key ingredient here it wasn't honey mustard.
It was not honey mustard. What it was what I thought was honey mustard. What looks like honey mustard was actually mayo must.
Which is
a little shout out from Heinz.
Dude, we should be sponsored by Heinz. Like legitimately, we love this crap.
Here's how you do this. Here's exactly how you do this. You get a hard-boiled egg. You get a cool jar like this if you want to be that cool. For your camping.
Isn't that for our mixed drinks?
For your drop an egg in it.
Right.
For your camping friends you want to look cool in front of, or your tailgating. You get a big cool jar like this. You can even buy the dang eggs. They're already pre-peeled and everything and boiled.
I hate peeling eggs.
Drop them in that sucker. Put them in the cooler. Here it is, right? You take the egg. I'm going to make this first one for Jared.
You're going to make for mine's fancy though.
You take the egg. Here's the egg. Here's the mayo must. What I like to do is you got to
shake it up.
Shake it a little bit.
Making a martini.
Yep. And then you do one of these. You put it right on there. Make a little hat. Make a little hat. Ooh.
Whoa.
And then there you go.
Thank you.
Mow on that, Jared.
Hold on.
Hit it. Oh, Jared's fancy.
I'm fancy.
He's fancy.
I've added paprika to mine.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Oh.
You must be at ASU tailgating if you're doing that. So you take the egg. I'm going to do it again. You take the egg. Take the mayo must. You make a little hat. You do this.
Hit me again, my friend.
You nail it. Nail it like that. The best part right here is that you got a little boat now, right?
Yep.
Now I'm going to make an actual deviled egg.
Are you making mine messier?
Right there. You put that in there. It's one of the best things you ever make and the easiest. I love it. It's great. It's a life hack of the century.
Your mom needs to talk to you about talking with your mouth full, buddy.
Somebody needs to clean my mic later because there's eggs everywhere. It's wonderful.
It is awesome. Legitimately, I have a bunch of boiled eggs now, or hard-boiled eggs in my fridge. And so as soon as I come home, I have a bite of one of those, and it makes it better.
Easiest snack you'll ever make. Best hard-boiled deviled eggs you'll make and eat ever.
You got to try the paprika on it, though. It ups the game.
So all your tailgating, easy snack. Anything when you're in camping, where your festivals are out and about in the woods, super easy to make.
I wish we were tailgating right now so I could show up with a bunch of hard-boiled eggs and some mayo must and be like, boys, have I got a treat for you.
So that's the ND Country Fest update there. But what we want to also talk about is your town tour.
Your town tour, you've got the dates.
We got the dates, February 26th through March 8th. We have something special that we're working up for every stay where we're staying every night, which will be 9 stops, 9 nights of
your
fun.
Your brain can't even comprehend it at this point.
That's because that deviled egg is just mowing away in my mouth.
So why don't you take a drink and we'll talk about the, you're going to go to Mandan and all your normal sites, right?
Yep, we're going to stop through the whole state of North Dakota. We're going to go through every single one, but every night where we stop, we're going to have a special something in that town, which will be very exciting.
Yeah, you've got some cool plans. You're always kind of mixing it, figuring out how to make this deviled egg a little better than it was.
We're always about progress and making experiences better and bigger and new things.
How many years is this? Will this be the second year or the third year?
For the tour, this will be the third year.
Third year? Ooh.
So that's over 350 stops last year and over 2,000 some miles.
You were talking to somebody today from North Dakota who thought that was the greatest thing ever, right?
Yeah, there's one person that was like, man, I heard about that. And then I described what it was and what we do, which we talk about that. We go to every town. We come and see you. We come and talk to you. We talk to you about country music. We talk to you about the experience. We talk about your town and the community.
You talk about North Dakota.
And North Dakota. And we eat there with you. We stay there with you.
You promote it. You're everywhere around it. You are North Dakota.
Everywhere. And they're like, wow, that is so amazing. And I'm like, well, thanks. That's pretty cool. And what for us, it's more to go and see everybody out there. Our fans.
Drum up some hype in the middle of the, I guess that's winter up there.
It's just on the tail end. Yeah. Right. On the tail end.
Drum up some hype, get some people excited for the festival so they're thinking about it. But you also get to have a good time. You get to reach out, touch, shake some hands, kiss some babies, you know.
What we really get is great feedback.
And you got some pho up there last time. So, you know, you had some good stories.
Yeah. You just never know what you'll run into.
Right.
Let's hear, Jared, a little bit more about Lee.
What sets me apart is I like to interact with my clients a little bit more, maybe just actually become more friends with them than just a client business relationship. I'd probably have to say it'd be Who Hut, just because I like the food and my daughter absolutely loves it. I chose real estate because I like to help people, and it's fun, it's exciting, it can be stressful, but it's always good to just find a solution to a problem.
That was Lee Jaworski with Alliance Real Estate. Find your keys, Jared.
With Lee. So we're talking festival news from around
the world.
And we're staying local.
I don't know if it's local.
It's not local. It's not here, but Farm Aid is going live stream this year like every big show is. And this weekend, they're going to be doing a 3-hour show.
A 3-hour show.
3-hour show, 20 acts. How are they getting 20 acts in 3 hours?
What that's going to probably be is one song per artist, and it's just going to go boom, 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 because that's a lot.
Do you think they're all playing with Willie for 3 hours, or do you think he rolls out at the end, or how do you think that works out?
I will bet he will be on the intro.
And the outro?
Then he'll end it, yep.
Right.
He'll bring it home.
So some of the guys, I looked over at it, and keep in mind, I'm not really a big country guy, but I liked Willie, of course. You have to like Willie. I like Nathaniel Ratliff. He's a little folk country. He's got a great video, SOB.
Why do you like that folk style so much?
I don't know. You know, I got into Paul Coffin because I just caught a video. It was fun. He's got great pipes. He sounds a little bit like Johnny Cash. And then you know the YouTube algorithm. Once you head down one hole, it just keeps feeding you that sort of stuff. And I don't know, some of the country music videos that you see are actual country music videos. And the song SOB really reminds me of a little bit of Blues Brothers. So, you know, when they're putting the band back together and they're getting ready to play, it's got that bluesy sort of feel to it. So
it does. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
There's a little bit of, you know, clapping and, you know.
How's that go?
Horrible clapping. I have no beats. My piano teacher told my mom that it was a waste of time for me to learn piano.
But on the other end, Jamie Johnson is supposedly covering George Strait's "Give It Away."
Well, I don't know if he's covering that one, but that's one I like. I love me some George Strait.
Do you love Jamie? I love Jamie Johnson.
I love this version of it. It catches my ear every time. He's got a big old beard, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's monstrous.
If I could go see anybody anytime, it would be George Strait.
Really?
All day long. Oh, yeah. No question.
There are so many George Strait songs I know by heart that, yeah, I probably need to see George Strait at some point just to mark him off my bucket list of people that I haven't seen.
You haven't seen George Strait yet?
I have not seen George Strait.
You need to go see him.
I should.
Yes. As soon as this all opens up, first thing you do,
go see George Strait. When he comes to town, we'll go.
You can go to, odds are he'll still be in Vegas.
We should go to Vegas.
Let's go.
All right. We'll do the podcast from there.
We should book our flights tonight.
Right. It's cheap. We can fly anywhere.
All you guys, Lightjumper, us, we could do the podcast.
We could do the podcast in Vegas. Whoa, live
I like
podcast.
It. I like it.
So they have Dave Matthews is playing. You like any Dave Matthews?
I love Dave Matthews.
I don't know.
You don't? Well, you're a punk ska.
I guess he's a little too.
I don't like Dave.
But Body is a Wonderland. Is that Dave Matthews?
No.
Is it?
No, it's not Dave Matthews.
Are you sure?
Body is a Wonderland is not Dave. Hey, comment below and tell Jared what who that exactly is.
Nothing? No Dave Matthews?
We should just move on to something you know.
Edie Brickell and
Edie
Brickell and Charlie Sexton. I don't know Edie Brickell, but she 88. I know what I know.
And now what I know, it's a beautiful thing.
It was funny. I was telling you you were like, who's Edie Brickell? And as soon as I played it today, you're like, oh, I know that song.
Religion.
So they've got a good set of people. It'll be fun to watch. Farmaid.org.
Great cause.
It'll show you how to watch it live. I think it's actually going to be on
people.
TV too. So.
Yeah. Farm Aid's always awesome.
You can buy a shirt for $75. It all goes into supporting farmers and things like that.
Ooh,
so
I want to get one.
we should.
Yeah,
that'd be
let's
awesome.
get one. We can wear it the right way.
The right way. Jerk.
The next
The next one is what?
festival news around the world.
Normality.
Jared, people are going back to stadiums.
They're going back to football.
You want me to hit it and then hit the?
I don't know, man. That was wild. We're gonna get a copyright strike on that one for 2
No,
seconds.
it didn't go that long.
You don't think so?
No. So 20,000 people are at the Dallas Cowboy football game.
Yeah, did you see any of that game?
Yeah, I did.
So
It was. I thought it was more than that. I was like, wow, that looks like a good amount of people.
It
there.
was
That's
weird
great.
how they figured out social distancing. Like sometimes you'd look up in the crowds and there was some like closer to each other, and then you'd see like two random people sitting in some section by themselves.
I would imagine it was this, right? If you came together and your seats were together,
You get to sit together.
maybe. I mean, that's a total guess, right? So with that, and then the people that were like, I'm way off to the side, came by themselves and said, I don't want to be by anybody for sure.
So how do you think they picked those 20K?
No idea.
You know, it's
No
got to
idea.
be priority, right?
I would imagine, right? Like if you're a season ticket holder for so many years, they probably give you first, hey, would you like to come to
Do you
the
want to
game?
come? Do you want? Then you get to decide. Do you want to brave the COVID? Do you want to, show up and do that? But it's got to be. It can't be just highest paid gets in.
No, I would imagine it's so many per section, right? And said, okay, we have this many season ticket holders in this section, and we're going to allow, well, whatever.
Right. So I've got season
20%.
tickets to the Diamondbacks, and we've been a season ticket holder since '98. And I'm assuming our priority is really high. So I'm assuming and that's a lot of assumptions, but
You're assuming.
I'm assuming you never know with the Diamondbacks. So, but I guess that if they had live, they're letting fans back in and they were only letting so many, that they would, go by priority and say, do you want to go to this game? Now with baseball, you've got 82 home games. So maybe it's a little different and they can squeeze in a little bit of everybody all the time.
But not if they open it up like for playoffs, right?
Right.
So would
not
you,
that the Diamondbacks are going to make the playoffs,
right. But if they did, right, and say, hey, Jared, we're opening up so many people for your section.
Right.
Would you like to? It might not be your seat, but it'll be. We're allowing 20% of your section to come in. Are you in? Or are you out? And it's going to be a little bit of a lottery because you're going to have to be spread out. It's not. Might be your seat.
I'm
might
totally
be two behind where you usually sit in the front.
My
row,
guess in my section, it's going to be me and about half of my row because they don't sell season tickets in our section anymore. Oh. So like our front row would probably all get to go because we would be and we've all been there since the beginning. So
and you would want to go.
I would. I want to see those people. I miss seeing them this year.
Exactly. So the other things that have come up, the MLS soccer, the Dynamo out of Houston are allowing 3,000 fans into their game this weekend too. So that's exciting.
Is that pretty much all the fans for soccer?
No, it's a capacity of 20,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So here's what I'm wondering. Do you think the Cowboys saw the Chiefs in Cleveland last week, actually let fans in? They're like, hey, we're the Cowboys. You're going to get 6 in. We're going to get 20,000 in here.
I don't think it's that. I think it's like, hey, we're going to push the envelope a little bit more because there's a whole probably process, right? So it has to go through health and how you scanning people in and how are you taking care of.
And that stadium's so huge that 20% is 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Right.
So why not? Right?
I think the greatest socially distant moment of fans at a football game came at Cleveland where there was actually a fight in the stands at Cleveland. And it's just like, how are you getting into a fight when you're supposed to be socially distant? They're all the way in the other section or 5 rows back and you're just pissed off at them. I don't understand.
I would say people are still so wound up because they haven't been able to do their regular things and get out and about. And then all of a sudden they get out and they're like,
the Cleveland fans just beating each other up. Or was it that random Cincinnati guy that came down and dropped $10K to get in the stands?
Just for conversation, I'm going to say it's the random, random.
I can't imagine a Cincinnati fan or a Cleveland fan paying that much to go see either of those teams, but I don't know. Hey,
Cleveland
fans.
Let's put this in perspective,
Yeah.
right? You're a Diamondbacks fan, right?
I am.
You said, hey, if we'll let you in, but it's $200 instead of your regular whatever it is,
I'm in.
Would you go?
I'm in.
Yeah, of course you would.
I'm
You
not
haven't
going
done
to
forever.
fight I'm not going to fight the Dodger fan behind me. Maybe the Cubs fan. I don't like Cubs fans.
Oh, jeez. But that's exciting. What we call that around here, Jared, is progress. People are getting back into those stadiums, and people are enjoying live entertainment, whether that's sports or actual music.
Thank goodness.
ND Country Fest 2021 is coming back stronger and better than ever with headliners Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Little Texas,
God bless Texas.
special guest Leroy Parnell,
What kind of fool do you think I am?
Diamond Rio,
We meet in the middle.
John Michael Montgomery,
Life's a dance you learn as you go.
with much more to come. Plan now to attend Dakota's largest and nation's fastest growing country music and camping festival, ndcountryfest.com, July 8th through the 10th, 2021 at New Salem, North Dakota.
Sponsored by Coors Light, Action Motorsports, New Vision Security, Trans Trash, Smith Works, and American Family Insurance, DJ Coulter Agency.
All right, Jared. Hey, we're heading into our headliner, brought to you by Bruno's Pizza. Any large at $15.99. Chase that flavor. Order today at brunosnd.com. Today, super exciting here at the Fest Podcast.
Big time.
We have Canaan Smith with us.
Hey, Ken, how you
What's
doing?
up? How we doing?
Excellent. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Not only are you one of my favorite artists, but he's also an alum of ND Country Fest 2017, which was a headliner for us the very first night out. So my first question to you, my friend, is all of a sudden in 2017, you get a deal done, you get a call, and they say, hey, you're going to North Dakota in New Salem for ND Country Fest, this first year festival. What are you thinking?
That's sweet, man. I'm excited. Obviously, when I get calls like that, especially playing the first of the first,
Right.
I think the fans are always jacked up extra hard, which, for me is, the most important part, really. Because we travel. It's a long way to travel, and when the fans make it worth it like that, it's a show you remember, and those stick with you. So I remember that one being great, and the fans were super excited, to have this kind of thing in the area. And so yeah, man, definitely memories made along the way. This was one of them.
Tons of memories. And you know what? Our fans were super jacked as soon as we announced you, because you have a huge following there in North Dakota with that. Was there anything in the setting that you particularly remember or anything like that?
I'm always a fan of those big open field parties, man. I think that's plenty of room to do whatever you want and not worry, and just kind of get lost out there. Musically on stage, it makes a difference too. I've played all kinds of venues where you look out and some you could even see parts of the city you're in, and the ones where you feel the most isolated under the stars, that's kind of always been my favorite. So I remember that about it.
And that's it. And that's exactly what we are. And one specific memory that I had with you was after the show was all over, people are all gone, we're still all hanging out, and we go back on stage, right? And this I'll never forget. We go back on stage and we're looking over the layout and all that good stuff. And I'm talking to you, and obviously you have, tons of experience on stage and all that. And we're sitting there talking and having a good time. But he was like, hey man, you go to me, you go, hey man, listen to this. He goes, things like this. He goes, which it looks like, this is maybe looks like your third year, not your first year. He goes, but you say specifically to me, things like this go from here to thousands and thousands on a daily basis. And you specifically told me, like, you just wait, in 3-4 years, you'll have tens of thousands here, and you just keep doing what you're doing. And you said that to me, made a huge difference in my outlook on everything, and just keep pushing forward from there on out. And you know what? That's where we're at. So thank you for that.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome to hear. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats, man. We all need to hear that along the way. You know, I've had people in my life all along the way that have told me the same thing. It makes all the difference, man, when you have those people to believe in you and what you're doing, but also just validate kind of what you were initially setting out to do. Like, sometimes that's a crazy thing. Hey, let's put on a giant festival out in the middle of nowhere.
You're right.
Hope people show up.
You're right.
And the same is true moving to Nashville to chase a dream. What a wild, crazy thing. And so, man, I'm so glad to see that you guys are already blowing expectations out the door. And anytime that happens, I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan. So congrats.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing starting off where you were and where you are now. So
Canaan, Jared's got a question for you. He's a punk ska huge fan.
Yeah, I'm not
a punk fan.
I grew up in Wyoming,
I used to
but
be that hard. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a season in my life when I was a young teenager.
Yeah, I just have never grown out of it. So when we were sitting down to do this, I did not have a lot of country background, so my research went deep. I hit YouTube first, and the first video I got was you on the Bobby Bones interview show after the CMAs talking about your insoles and your flat feet. So are you still rocking the insoles?
Yep, still rocking them.
And do you have the Red Wings on?
I'm wearing Danners right now.
All right.
Oh.
Danner boots.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
These are military issue Marine Corps boots that Danner, I guess they commissioned Danner to make them, and they're about the best boots I've ever had, man. They're so comfortable that they feel indestructible, but somehow still comfortable.
Nice. So then, Colder Than You.
Yeah.
New song out. Different vibe than your previous vibe?
Absolutely. On purpose. I feel like I've come home to what I'm initially set out to do. I've had a full circle moment in my career where I moved to Nashville with the same sound as Colder Than You. And along the way, as I was experimenting, growing as an artist, evolving, influenced by the town, all of those things contributed to my sound, I think, veered from its natural, most basic form for a while. And I'm not saying Love You Like That wasn't my sound. Love You Like That changed my life. And I definitely think that that's a solid country song through and through. But right now, I'm less interested in having a sound and just being myself. And it turns out that the people I've partnered up with for this new venture, this new record, this new agreement, partnership, and all that, they knew me from day one when I moved to town. And so coming back together with them has helped me to really get back to the basics. Picking up a guitar, if I can sing a song around a fire with just an acoustic and it works and it translates, then that's the kind of music I want to be doing. Not have to rely on that's a cool beat or that's cool, whatever. Cool right. Just goes out the door right now in my life. Mm-hmm. I think it's cool because it's what I love, but everybody's got their own thing. For me, I'm just focused less on pioneering and breaking new ground than I am trying to just tell my stories, try and be real across the board with what I've been through, where I came from, and not just show that and share that with people, but be proud of it and not run from those things that instinctively I do as an artist with my voice, with my songwriting. There's a space for everybody. And it took me a while to get to that point, to the headspace where I embraced that, because Nashville is a mold in a way, at least the songs on the radio. To get on the radio, there is somewhat of a parameter there. Or at least we think there is.
Right.
And then you have your outliers, and those are always my favorite. But I do think there's room for everybody. There's room to be yourself no matter what. And so that's where I'm at musically. And I think you hear that in Colder Than You, why it may sound starkly different from some other previous singles. I think that pretty much is the backstory for why that's happening. And if you think that's country and whatnot, wait till you hear the rest of the album.
Ooh, I can't wait. I did really like the Campfire acoustical YouTube version
Cool.
of the song when I listened to it. And we all have that ex-girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows what it feels like to want to get the last word.
My good Mormon mom calls her a garden instrument. So, she's not happy.
Me personally, I like the new vibe. It's very backcountry.
It's authentic.
And I can't wait to hear the rest either. And what you're doing that right now. Looks like you're in the studio right now.
Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm cutting vocals. We're putting a whole album out. I can't tell you when yet because we haven't announced it to anybody, but it's soon.
Is this how you've been handling COVID or the quarantine?
Yeah, I've been writing a ton of songs and cutting this next project.
Have you any live streams or anything like that?
Done a lot of live streams, especially in the first few weeks. People were getting all on crazy doing it. It's kind of died down a little bit right now, but allow me to really bear down and get in the studio. So it's perfect timing.
So
Plus we have a baby girl at home now. I got a 10-month-old baby girl at the house. And this whole COVID season has allowed me to be off the road and a part of her life, everyday life. So as a dad, that's a gift, big time.
How has that changed for you?
I got to bounce in just a few minutes. Let's hit some other things because I don't want to run my mouth the whole time for you guys.
Hey, we're just happy to have you.
We'll end it with this one last question for you. Like you said, I know your time is very valuable. If you could do anything in the world right now, not music related, what would you be doing?
I'd be backcountry hiking. Somewhere deep in the woods. And I would not have any cell service. I'd have only what's on my back. And that sounds perfect. I just did that a few weeks ago. I did my first kind of slightly bushcraft / backpacking trip where I just kind of got into that Alone show that they've got going on.
Right?
Yeah, I love that.
I've always done the hiking camping thing, but I was so inspired by the bushcraft element that I had never. I mean, when you're a kid playing in the woods, you build forts and all that stuff.
Right? For a minute, and then not to live in it. This is like adult fort building in a way, and I never have had to be in any kind of survival scenario whatsoever.
I hate camping and I hate the winter.
Tap out, but yeah.
But those videos of those guys building forts on YouTube and building quincettes and doing all that stuff, I'm totally into watching them. As long as I don't have to go.
Me too. And I definitely want to get to that point where I can really get out there and stay for a while, and be able to just survive. And I think it's a skill I want to pass on to my daughter, just being able to, whether it's extreme, or not, doesn't matter. Just that kind of like not having to rely on anything or anyone. I think that's a really great skill set to have, something I want to work on more and something I want to pass on more. So I'd be doing that right now.
Awesome.
Excellent. Hey, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you jumping on with us. We can't wait to hear what's in the future for you. We'll be watching. We'll be waiting to hear when you release that new stuff that you're recording right now. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, Mr. Canaan Smith.
Yep. Thanks for coming on.
Guys. We'll see you soon, all right? You're welcome. Thank you, too.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Brothers and sisters, I hear you asking yourself day after day, what am I gonna have for lunch? Do I want another burger? No. Do I need another taco? No. Brothers and sisters, may I introduce you to Bruno's Pizza. Pizza is the bread of endless possibilities. What can go on a pizza can go in a calzone wrap. Look beyond a pepperoni, 32 pizzas and a snack. If you like heat, try the Lava Hawaiian. Marauder Pizza is also kicking. You need Bruno's Pizza in your life. Let the humble Bruno's Pizza lift you up from your hunger and deliver you into the realm of satisfaction. Bruno's Pizza, 910 East Front Avenue, online at brunosnt.com. Can I get a napkin?
Let's plow into Ralphie's top 3. We have him on the line. Ralphie, are you there, my friend?
I'm here.
You are. All right, excellent. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So what's the top 3?
This is where we give Ralphie the topic. He gives us his top 3, and then we see what happens from there.
See what happens.
Here we go. Ralphie, your top 3 mixed drinks. Alcohol, please.
You just looked at our liquor props to come up with that before we started, didn't you?
Of course I did.
Nice. Prep.
3 would be Fireball.
Wait. Just what are you mixing it with? Those saliva in your mouth?
Mixed drink or what's going on there? It's just a drink?
I'm mixing with a little fun in the bottle.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Good times.
Okay. Not dust on the bottle. Fun.
I know what to get him for Christmas.
Mark it down.
Number 2.
2 is vodka Red Bull.
Oh, a little pick-me-up, huh?
I do love some vodka.
And I used to be a big Goose guy.
Me too.
You and Jared, Goose Brothers. All the Goose Brothers.
I've moved over to Tito's. You've moved over to what?
Would that make me Maverick?
Smithworks.
Oh, you've moved over to Smithworks. I'll have to give that a whirl. We got a bottle or two.
I dipped into
right
Tito's a little bit, but moved over to Smithworks.
Nice. And so, hold on.
Hit that button. Number 1. Ralphie's number 1 mixed alcohol drink that he loves so much when he's kicking back on the couch or at his favorite sports bar.
Jameson water.
Jameson water.
Jameson water. So you like the Irish whiskey?
Do you have like
I do.
You kick back with a cigar with that or dip it in there?
Every once in a while I would.
Nice. Have you had the red breast?
Yeah, I have.
I love that stuff. That's the best Irish whiskey there is, I think.
Look at you, bros.
I know.
Jameson Irish whiskey, bros.
We'll have to break out the red breast when I come up there just to keep warm in February.
I don't want to hear about you trying to keep warm, Jared.
Dude, I'm going to freeze.
Ralphie, thank you. Always a pleasure. Your top 3. Jameson water. You have yourself one before you go to bed tonight.
Yeah, get a little toddy there.
Little nightcap.
Rah, rah, rah.
Bye. Ow. I'm gone. Mike, drop.
All right.
Drop the call. Boom.
So your favorite mixed drink is Fireball. What's up with that?
That was the third.
That was the third favorite.
That was great.
It's a drink all its own. So what's yours?
He said it is a drink all its own.
It is. We have a couple smugglers around here.
For me, are they still available?
Are they still?
What's in there? My drink. I'm a Crown Apple with a tad bit of water.
Yeah, you do like the Crown Apple. You left me a bottle with maybe this much left in it the last time you were over at the house.
And you gave it away.
I did, but I gave it away to a couple of my friends whose kid had recently been caught drinking a little Crown Royal.
Whoa.
And I thought that they could use it as a prop to sort of prank him and be, hey, we found this at in your bedroom. And he was like, but it's not mine. They're like, sure, we found it in your bedroom. It was great.
So are you the conspirator there on that? Does that make you?
I think it was my idea. So, but I like their kid. He's funny.
What do you drink, Jared? What's your favorite drink? You already said it. Didn't you say that?
I don't think. Did I say mojito?
Oh no, you didn't.
So I guess right now I'm a Tito's and club guy, but I make a mean mojito. So
hey, no offense, but it sounds a little light for a man of your stature. I was thinking like heavy dark beer guy. Dude. The Jameson fit, but then you go,
mojito.
I make a mean mojito.
A mojito changes the tailgate. So part of that is if we're tailgating at ASU in the summer or even in the fall when it's like 100 degrees out, a nice mojito with a little bit of rum, some club soda. You muddle that. muddle, not.
This is getting serious.
You got a muddler, you get it in there and you just grind it up.
Jeez.
A little mint, a little lime, and it is probably my best drink. When I'm making them, it sucks kind of because I have to make one for me and then I got to make one for everybody else at the tailgate.
If you make one for you, you got to make one for everybody there.
And I got it down. Like I'd chop up the limes. I'd get all that. I see that. I don't mess with club soda anymore. I just get like a Diet Sprite and
you cheat.
Yeah, because it just moves it on. It's a lot quicker. But I learned it at a bar in Vegas called Casa Fuente. It's the ultimate cigar bar. And my boys and I go hang out there when we're in the mood for cigars, and it's probably the preeminent place to stop. But there's two drinks they make. They make an espresso martini that is phenomenal, and they make a mojito, right? So you get a mojito, you smoke a cigar. When you're done with the mojito, you hit the espresso martini, then you go back to the mojito, and there's this whole process. But after watching it a couple trips to Vegas, I came home and I'm like, I've got it. I've watched it enough. I know what they do. I know how they muddle it. I'm good. And if you ask anybody who's had one of my mojitos, they know.
I would just say this, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Those two drinks that you just mentioned does not sound like a punk ska guy type of drink.
Not. But,
it sounds like more of a Frank Sinatra type of man.
When we do the road trip to Vegas to see Straight, we'll go to Casa Fuente and you will
I'll have a whiskey, which they don't have.
We're going to have a mojito and an espresso martini.
I'll meet you somewhere else.
It'll change your mind, dude.
Let's stage left, Jared. This is where we get personal. What happened this weekend? I think I'm going first. Am I going first today?
Yeah. We can go first. I can go first and tell you.
How about you go first?
I did absolutely nothing. I didn't leave the house.
Zero.
I didn't. I may have gone to the store. I trimmed my palm trees. I got a sliver in this finger.
Which is okay?
It's a little tragic because the last time I trimmed the palm trees and
you did have to go to the
didn't wear gloves.
That could cause a very bad infection.
I had to spend like $5,000 having a prong removed from my hands. So.
I'm laughing because it's funny,
but
it's
real,
not.
Right?
It's
it was
funny.
the dumbest thing ever.
I wasn't there. I saw it when you were like all casted up. I'm like, what'd you do? Did you get in a bar fight or something? He's like, no, I got a sliver in my hand.
It was horrible. It was just like you're going to the doctor. They're getting ready to operate. And every time the anesthesiologist comes in, like, what are we doing today? And I'm like,
sliver.
And you know what's the worst part is? I'm not even sure there was a sliver in there. Because we never talked about it afterwards. They just sort of, I was in, I was out, my hand was all sewed up, and that was the end of it.
And you were better.
And I was better. So this time, the current Mrs. Bennett actually helped take the sliver out.
Oh,
so
wow.
I give her heads up.
That's big time.
That's it. I watched Ted Lasso. I watched The Boys, which you've got to get into. It is, if you like your superheroes bad and you like your violence extreme, it is a show for you. It's Amazon Prime. The stuff that goes on in that show, you're just like, I can't believe I just saw that.
So needless to say, Arizona State football not playing has had a major impact on you and your weekend.
I don't do anything.
Not doing anything because you should be tailgating
I should.
right now.
Like my Facebook memories, they just keep rubbing it in my face. They're like, oh, hey, what's this memory? Oh, this is us getting set up for the tailgate. Oh, here's Danny Russell smoking up, what is he going to make this? Is it going to be elk burgers? Is it going to be this? Here's the beer pong table. Here's the 3 TVs. Here's the air conditioners. There's none of that.
You're missing all of it. But I will tell you this. This is allowing you not to do anything all weekend. So you're resting up until the end of October
when we might actually
play, but I don't know if you'll be able to tailgate. You have to do it at home.
Allegedly, we're going to play on October 31st. It does make watching the NFL on Sunday a lot easier because I'm not hungover. So, and I get my fantasy changes in because I actually wake up and look to see who's injured and not injured. So there is a positive there.
You're getting somewhere.
So what did you do?
We went to the woods again. We went to the woods, went to the sticks, drank some Fireball around the campfire with my wife and myself, and that was a great time.
It was a great time.
There was no mojitos. It was straight Fireball. So
there's no prep work
There's no
involved.
fluff here, man.
That was your mixed drink too.
Straight out of the bottle. Yeah, my saliva and the Fireball. There we go.
Well, you could have made the.
It was fun. We had a blast.
You could have made the Burning Sun, the Rising Sun. What was that drink you made up?
The Fire Sun.
The Fire Sun. Why didn't you make that?
That's a morning drink. It was at night.
We're
talking like
drink?
1 a.m. We were hanging out.
You're hanging
having
out?
some Fireball around the campfire. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Great. And I also made, which you're gonna find interesting.
I think I got some egg in my beer.
Which you're gonna find.
All right,
interesting.
what'd you do?
I made an outdoor shower.
Ooh, we're halfway to me coming camping.
No, you're never gonna go camping.
Once we get the internet up there?
Never. Yeah, no. Nope, never.
Get rid of the wolves or the coyotes.
Coyotes, wolves.
Whatever. The animals.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. I may be in.
No.
So, all right, you made an outdoor shower.
Outdoor shower where you can get the thing on. Oh, we got it on Amazon.
You get the thing.
But it's a 5 gallon and you hang it up. You fill it up, you hang it up. It's got the spigot
Heats
on
up
the
from
end.
the sun?
Yeah, heats up from the sun. Oh, it's glorious. It is glorious.
I've seen
take
it.
a shower.
I've watched YouTube.
Yeah. Obviously, you put like a privacy thing, whether it's towels
you did.
or whatever
You just,
around.
well, you're out in the middle of nowhere. You just.
Right. But it's great because you're out in the woods all day and you're just, you're in the dirt and doing all kinds of stuff and walking around and hiking and all that.
3 days of Luke's stank
awesome.
is probably not. Did your wife make you get a shower?
No, actually, I wanted to.
You did?
I wanted to. I'm like,
woo!
hey. But you know what? And it was like, this is the coolest thing ever. So that was cool.
This is a little ripe smelling.
That was the week. That was the weekend, my friend. How can people find us, Jared?
YouTube. I was not ready for that.
You were not.
I thought we were going to roll into you fix some motorcycles and stuff too.
Oh no, that's the next time.
That's next time. All right, so you can find us on iTunes. Rate us, subscribe, review, do everything you can to help us out because that gets us seen. If you leave a review, we will talk about it next week on the podcast. And then we're on other podcast elements, but I mean, if you're not listening on iTunes, then
iTunes, Spotify, all that, anywhere you can find
Google, I guess, if you have one of those phones, I suppose. I'm going to be snobby. And then YouTube.
Yes, YouTube.
We've gone from doing a podcast to becoming a YouTube celebrity star.
Watch out. It's gonna,
Lightjumper guys.
On fire.
All right. They're way better than you and I in the first 1 or 2 that we did. So
those fellas are excellent.
They are awesome.
Big thumbs up.
So get on there, like us, thumbs up us, subscribe, hit the notifications, and leave a comment. Comments help a lot. If you leave a comment, we'll talk about it. Tell us what your favorite Canaan Smith was. That interview.
That interview was phenomenal, my friend. Make sure you all check it out on YouTube again and again and again.
I'm going to go hit the campfire and listen to a little Colder Than You.
Check it out. Check it out. Well, we're gonna exit here. We are going to exit stage left. If you hear and love this music that you're about to hear, that is our boys, the Quaker City Nighthawks.
I've got some special stuff coming next week, I think. So
nail that music, Jared. Here's to you. Here's to me. You know the rest. And we are out.